Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for September 26th. September 26th is the 269th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 270th in leap years, with 96 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is archetype. Archetype is a noun that means a very typical example of a certain person or thing. In Jungian psychology, it can also represent a primitive mental image inherited from the earliest human ancestors and supposed to be present in the collective unconscious. The word archetype comes to us from Greek. And with that, we're going to start on September 26th of 1580, when Sir Francis Drake completed his 3-year circumnavigation of the world, the first time that this had been done. This is the birthday of a man known as Johnny Appleseed. Born John Chapman, he acquired the name of Johnny Appleseed. He was born on September 26th of 1774. A popular legend about him is that he went about trekking, tra-la-la, spreading apple seeds about as he went. But in actuality, he was not quite that carefree. He planted nurseries. He would build fences around these nurseries to protect the young trees from livestock and maybe wildlife, and leave the nurseries in the care of a local person who could sell some of the saplings and keep a share of the money in return. He also preached the gospel as he went about. I don't get much sense that he ever settled into one particular place, but was more itinerant. He never married and became a vegetarian in his later years. Johnny Appleseed lived to the age of 70. It was on September 26, 1905, that Albert Einstein published the paper that introduced his special theory of relativity. The United States Federal Trade Commission was established by the Federal Trade Commission Act on September 26, 1914. Gangster known as Machine Gun Kelly surrendered to the FBI on September 26, 1933, and as he did, he shouted out, "Don't shoot, G-men," which then became the nickname for FBI agents. The ocean liner RMS Queen Mary was launched on September 26, 1934. During World War II, this ship was converted to a troop ship to haul Allied soldiers about. After the war, she was refitted back to passenger service, and with the dawn of the jet age, ocean liners became less and less profitable to operate. So the Queen Mary switched careers again, ever so versatile, and is now permanently moored in Long Beach, California, where she serves as a tourist attraction. On September 26, 1959, the strongest typhoon to hit Japan in recorded history, Typhoon Vera, made landfall, killing thousands and leaving over 1 million people homeless. The first televised debate took place between presidential candidates Richard M. Nixon and John F. Kennedy on September 26, 1960. The Beatles' album Abbey Road was released on September 26, 1969. It was their last album recorded together. Of the 17 songs listed on the Abbey Road album, it's hard to pick just one favorite, but I will mention Maxwell's Silver Hammer. Dark lyrics disguised by an upbeat sound, the recording, production, and inclusion of this song on this album was a source of contention for probably everyone involved. For one thing, John hated it, calling it one of Paul's granny songs. Ringo said it was one of the worst sessions ever. Paul about wore everyone smooth out working that song over until he was pleased with the result. Ringo would later say, though, "Sure, it was granny music, but we needed stuff like that on our album so other people would listen to it." I'm sorry about the difficulties the Fab Four were experiencing with each other along about then, but I'm sure glad they stuck through and got this album out. It's a good one. I've placed a link to Maxwell's Silver Hammer, if it's been a while since you've heard it, or if you're new to this one, Maxwell's Silver Hammer from the Abbey Road album. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that is called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, Parler, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.